Hey guys, today we talk about predictions, ICC tier list. ICC is coming in around 2 weeks. And yeah, today we want to go over the tier list, over the DPS rankings, predictions for sure for ICC. I have here some things open already. That was a prediction from Warcraft 7 for Phase 4. I watched a video from Sart, also pretty interesting as always, and also here the DPS rankings from TOGC, because I mean, don't get me wrong, we will see changes, but the changes will not be that Beastmaster is then rank 1 and Fire Mage is the last rank. So let's get over it. We just go from here to here, I would say, so we make it a little bit more random, and then we will also see if this is enough SABCF or if we have to include something. Marksman, pretty bad. It was already bad here, as you can see. So F tier sounds always a little bit hard. Should we maybe put a D tier? It's a little bit... Let us put a D tier and then let us see at a row below. D. Because I would put him in D tier. Sure, one marksman hunter, why not? Pretty decent. But like I said, only if we talk about one survival hunter. Survival hunter will kind of stay the same like it was. I think it is a pretty decent DPS. You can bring them. You can also bring two if you have two good players. Why not? Never a bad thing. Let's go to Affliction Warlock. Overall, rough, awesome DPS class. It gets better and better, and I'm pretty sure we will see them in the highest tier as well in ICC. I'm unsure about who will be at the end the best. It's also a little bit depending on, do we talk about early ICC or late ICC? This list is a little bit like in general. So definitely Warlocks, or especially Affliction Warlocks, will be one of the best classes in specs in ICC. Enhancement Shaman, when we look here over those things, you see them in the B tier. Sart Flex, okay, not bad. Also here we saw them kind of in the middle of the pack, let me say it like this, on the top. And to be honest, I think they will still be a pretty decent spec. So I don't know if we should make here changes between the tier list. But yeah, I see them around the same as Survival Hunter. Assassination Rogue started awesome and now slightly decreasing, like I think mostly predicted over the whole add-on, over the whole expansion. And I think it's the first time that I would put him only in B tier. That means is still a very good DPS, is still very easy to play. That makes it maybe even better than some other specs, but it has not a damage output anymore than the other specs, so I think I would only put it into the B tier. Red Paladin, I think that's maybe kind of interesting. If we look here, they even put it in S tier as they predicted. Sart put him into the A tier, but his list is a little bit maybe like S+, S, so yeah, what is here A tier, maybe my B tier. And if you see here, also kind of middle of the pack, and to be honest, I think that will stay the case. We will see them in B tier. What does it mean? Pretty good. You can have 2 Red Paladins if you want. If you have 3 Red Paladins, because I don't know, it's also fine. You will be able to clear the content, but it's not a class that you usually stack. But still a pretty decent DPS in ICC. Fury Warriors, interesting topic. Sure, they are on the rise since the end of Ulduar. So as more gear they get, as better they are. But I also want to make clear, the distance between the first 3 specs is so big that I cannot believe that Fury Warriors will close that gap completely. What does it mean? It means we have here the first A-tier spec, and it's maybe the best A-tier spec, but I don't think they will close the gap to the 3 top specs. We will see if maybe another spec is coming into this top list during this tier list making, but yeah, let's see how it goes. Combat Rogue, pretty strong. Is a little bit a different version of Fury Warrior, talking about scaling. It definitely also started weak, not really weak, but weaker like it is right now and like it will be in the ICC. But yeah, it's definitely better now than Assassination Rogue. It's already here visible better than Assassination Rogue. So it will still increase more and more. So I also think they are not able to close the gap, but I think they will be pretty good. So I will put them into the A tier, kind of similar to Fury Warrior in my opinion. Next one, WotLK. Let us see the WotLK predictions here around the other sides. A tier, pretty good. Flex, I'm not sure what flex means on start, but we will figure this out. WotLK here was already a little bit on the lower end of the middle of the pack, and to be honest, that's also where I would place it. I would put them in a pretty decent B tier here, so still a good spec, but you should not stack them at all. Next one would be Destruction Warlock. And I think what we can say about Destruction Warlock, we can say it overall, the time of Wrath. It makes no real sense to have them because the other specs are so much better, or like Demonology Warlock more needed. So that's why I put them into the C tier. You don't need them. You don't want them, but if you have one, it's not a bad thing. Arcane Mage is an interesting topic, I would say, because you know they are usually getting slightly better over the time in a tier, and they are all through all Wrath a good decent DPS. That's why I would put them into the middle of the B tier, or kind of the middle of the B tier. Fire Mage. Fire Mage, when we look at the other stuff, is like he is not he is in S tier. Sorry, I thought it's not included. S tier. Sard only put him in A tier. I'm wondering about this, to be honest, and Fire Mage here is at the moment the best. I will definitely put them into the S tier. They will stay there, in my opinion. Why? Because the gap is too big, so that they are falling down that much that they are not S tier anymore, in my opinion. We will see later on how all this gets figured out. But this is my opinion, still one of the best DPS specs. You can stack them, 2 or 3 Fire Mages are not a problem. Demo Warlock, you need one, you want one, not the best DPS wise, but you definitely need always minimum 1. That makes them pretty good. And if we look here over, they have it here in A tier, but at the end it's the 4th tier when you look at it like this, and also here a little bit better than this Destruction Warlock, but like I said, the good thing is you need one. Feral Druid, interesting topic. They got a 5% nerf on the PTR a few days ago. Besides that, they are, since especially the buff that they received on the rise, they are getting better and better, good tier sets, good tier bonuses, but with the 5% nerf that they got, I don't think they are able to close the gap. They will still remain one of the best DPS at the moment, so I put them into the lower A tier, if you want to keep it, say it lower. let's put this a little bit more behind, that we have something more interesting coming up. We have Balance Druid as next. I'm here wondering, Balance Druid is here S tier. Sard put them also A+. Here they are fine, they're doing good. I guess it's about the set boni, so they are getting better and better. But for me, it's always hard without any proof to put them directly so high. So that's a hard decision if I would put them low A tier or high B. I think I will put them in high B tier. So yeah, high B tier I think is the way to go. Next one is Shadow Priest. If we look here over, Shadow Priest even S tier. Also here pretty high ranked by Sard. Here they are so low that I don't like to put them that high. Never ever. I mean, if I look here this tier list, never ever they will have the same damage output as an Affliction Warlock or whatever. But I'm still seeing them pretty high there, so I'm not sure. It's again this question about A tier, B tier. So if we would put here an S plus, they would be S tier and they would be A tier. That maybe would sound like more nice for the people, so maybe we will change that later on. But I think I will put them as well here, very close to the Balance Druid. Frost Mage, just no, but also I have to be honest, they are not really worse than Marksman, but yeah, just no at the end of the day. Arms Warrior, it's the same, so it's a question why we have even an F tier if we don't put here anything. Blood Decay, no. Let me see where are they are here. Oh, C tier, even ranked. Okay, C tier here, not ranked. Blood, I mean, come on, guys. Subbroke. Here they got pretty high. I would like to know why. What means pretty high, but I guess it's so low parses that the ones, yeah, that are playing it are so into it that they get higher parses than they should. So it would be not fair. So you should not bring them, but let us put them into the D tier. If you have a very good sub player, why not? Unholy DK. What should I say about it? They struggled a little bit after the Gary nerf. They came back stronger than ever, I would say, over Ulduar. Now in TOGC again, a lot of time on the top. Now a little bit behind Fire Mage, but at the end it's the same, I would say. So still S tier. They will remain super strong, and they will get even better over the time if they figure out perfectly their CC use, cooldown usage, and if the boss fights are getting shorter. Beastmaster Hunter, no. Let me see, where are they? They are even here lower, so come, let us put them really here. So just a no. And Elemental Shaman, where are they ranked here? Let us see that. B tier, so middle of the pack. Flex, yeah, I understand that, and also here. So it's a pretty easy thing. It's a decent B tier spec. So don't get me wrong, these B tiers are not ranked inside of the B tier, I would say, because that would mean that I would see them already here as a C tier. That's not what I mean, but I think that maybe Shadow and Balance Druid are the strongest here in the B tier. Overall, you could say when you put this in as S plus, S, A, B, C, and F, like not playable. That is maybe what the people like more to see, that a more positive tier list, a more positive recommendation, because I want to make clear that the A tier specs are very good specs before they will B tier, and B tier already the people think that, oh, it's trash. So A tier is pretty good. all of these specs you should have, in my opinion, minimum once in your raid. If you have some of them twice, is no problem at all. S tier specs are a little bit better because of their damage output, because of also their scaling inside of the ICC of phase 4. Yeah, S plus, same scaling, everything good, always good, will always be good. Yeah, that's pretty easy here for me, in my opinion. And then we have a B tier, like a class that makes no sense to play, to be honest, and then the specs that are not really for raiding, but the content is not that hard, so if you have one of them in your raid, it's no problem at all. And I would say the same about Beatmaster, but yeah, why you should play it at the end of the day. That's it for this video, guys. Like and subscribe. That's it for today. Have fun in ICC. See you in a few. Bye bye.